All right, we are back. Yes, to discuss all kinds of good stuff while my notifications are going ding in my ear. They always wait until 7 o'clock, and everybody wants to let me know what's going on. I don't know why. So, anyhow, while I rant about that, we got a couple minutes, 2 minutes and 34 seconds before this crate opens up, and we're at 127 out of 170. That was from earlier today, and so we'll get the P5 coins or whatever. I was dabbling throughout the day, and we can go ahead and go get that. Uh, whatchamacallit, the boosters. Let's see. It's down here in it. Yep, there it is. We're going to need all the boosts we can get. So let's see. Let's claim it over here. And hopefully we won't lose anything. Let's go back over here. Yay. Okay. 2 self controls. That'll work for 1 race, for 1 driver. All good. And this is what we're going to be using for our Series 11 grinding. I have a ability to level that one up if I had the coins. So let's first talk about, while I get my notes over here, the Singapore GP qualifying round. Let's get that moved over here. There we go. Let's look at some tracks. All right, so we're going to have Singapore, Miami, Shanghai, Mexico City. Fortunately, a couple of those we haven't raced in a while, or maybe one like Mexico City. So, a little bit of a change. 2 power unit tracks, or 3 power unit tracks and a speed track, and Shanghai in the rain. So for Singapore, of course, it's going to be 6 laps. 3-3 is what I'll be using. Hopefully, it'll be 3 soft, 3 soft, and using Herald. And then Miami, one track I'm really tired of racing at because I've been in Series 11 forever. I've been grinding a lot this week. Um, that's the defending speed track, the only speed track, fastest lap track, and I'll be using timeless. Once again, 3-3, hopefully softs. Um, Shanghai is overtaking power unit in the rain, and I think I have enough boost to use skull, and so I'm going to try to do the 3-4 on that one. And then Mexico City, um, that's the longest race we have, 9 laps. Race start power unit, and I'll be using timeless, or maybe rooster. Um, I'm going to split this one up. 1 driver, I'm going to try to do like a 4 hard, 5 medium, and then the other driver, 3 soft, 3 soft, 3 soft. Some variation of that, I hope. So let's go look what the rewards look like. I'm going to be doing contender this week. going back up there. So we have Merlion, and that used to be a really good boost. I haven't used it, I don't think, at all this season. If I've had maybe one race. Um, and then you can see basically the top 10 for that. Sponsor task for qualifying, it's going to be one of either Sabre or Ocon, and same for opening round. And final is going to be Sabre and Ocon as well, with the reputation points for your team. So um, I love my team, but I'm not going to get hung up on reputation points because I think I have better drivers than Ocon, and a better component than Sabre. We'll see. For those doing Challenger, you're stuck with doing Spire if you want those reputation points. Junior, Pivot or Ocon, and then Champion, we have Ocon. So, like I said, be doing Contender. And it's good to have some power unit tracks. The just something different. Don't have to work a whole lot. And we'll open up this crate here. Of course, I'll watch the videos for the boosts and crates and all that afterwards. And here's what the crate looks like for Series 11. And we have a couple spots open up now for some new crates coming in when we do some grinding here in a minute. Nothing to upgrade at this point. Yeah. I can do some drivers or something here in a little bit, maybe. But I'm kind of holding off to see uh, what the Contender drivers look like for the rivals, and then I may adjust accordingly. And speaking of which, here's going to be my speed setup. Once again, this is could change, but those are who I'm going to start out with at least. Here's my speed setup. And this is my cornering. Let's see, that's 167. I might be able to upgrade that by the time I get done grinding this evening. And then my power unit setup. And like I said, there's a good possibility I could change any of this at any given point, depending on what the rivals look like. I went back to my notes for what I had about a month ago when I raced Contender, and it's outdated already just due to the upgrades and everything. So I do have some flag storms here, or whatever they call it. I think it's flag storm. So I'm going to use that pretty far ahead as far as the trophies go. So I'm not going to use my trophy one quite yet. And unfortunately, they don't say if it's 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, whatever, once it lights up. I really don't like that. I wish there was a way that you could see, like this one here, after the fact and before the fact, you can see what it is. But when you can use it, you can't see it until you hit it. And then I don't know of any way to back it up. All right, so let's get started. And we'll knock out this flag once for an hour. I may grind for an hour. I may grind for a couple hours. I may go um, grind for an hour and then take a little break and come back. I'll just stay on. Um, I'm not really sure. So here's where I'm at right now. 1970, fantastic year. Uh, we're going to try to get some of this knocked out here. Some of those flags taken care of. I am going to fix that sound a little bit. I turned it down, but it's almost too low. Wow, 1309 to my 1402. Almost feel bad. And for those of you who aren't aware, I normally use free boosts for my GP or for my duels and sprints, and then um, for the premium boost, I do uh, use a premium boost for GPs. All right, that should knock that out. Welcome to the lives here. Oh, we got a real player, and they're using premium boost. Shame on you. Save them for the GPs. Let's see. There we go. Just cleaning up the old dashboard a little bit for myself. Let's see how we do here. So if we can get Ocon up there, which we should be able to, we'll be in good shape for this duel slash sprint. I normally do like maybe 3 sprints over 2 days, and the rest of the time I just kind of dabble at it and don't just do regular duels. All right, let's see if we can get a little cushion in between us and the rival. If y'all have any questions or anything or advice, feel free to put it down in the comments, and please hit that hit beat tickle that like button. It's all free. I wouldn't normally hit the DRS in a situation like this, but because we're also kind of doing that sprint, those points do matter. All right, and he's running on no tires. So we're going to save our tires, not use DRS, because we know he's going to have to pit or he's bailed out completely, which sometimes happens. So we'll just save our tires, figure out if he's going to pit or not. If he doesn't pit, he either walked away or he forgot or he gave up. Uh, looks like he gave up, or he's still not back from taking a break. Not really sure. And how they're not falling back any further, that's interesting. If it was me, I'd be back in 20 seconds. And they could be just dropping flags, which once again doesn't bother me any. We're just going to take it easy. We're not going to try to get up to P1 with Norris up there. We're not going for a crate. We know we're going to get coins. So, good times. Now they're back to 20, 18 and 21. Unfortunately, now we have to wait. And wait. We might have to wait a little bit more. And they're finally finishing. Which, if they did just forfeit, that's kind of bad because it takes our time away. All right. Let's see. Hey, he had good drivers. Yeah, I think he must have been just trying to drop flags. Be my guess. I was up in 6. All right, there we go. Oh, shocking. We got a P3 crate. Okay. I'll take that. I thought for sure we'd be P5. All right, so that's what we got in our P3 crate. Hippy dippy. And 1937. Let's continue. Welcome, welcome to the chat, to the stream. Got to know another lower team score we're going against. Beginning of the stream, you'll see the setups I'm using and kind of some thoughts on the track for qualifying for the GP this weekend. All right, we're going to do that and that. And oh, you know what I can do? I forgot. I got some freebies way down here. Where are you at? Oh, they need to be up. There we go. Let's use some X. All right. So we're set up pretty good. Passing those cars, getting those points. Now we can actually go for a P1 crate for duels or sprints. I had a really long day at work and then I had a phone call right after work. I'm like, ah. And then I fell asleep. So I woke up just a little bit ago. That's why I sound like I don't know my words because I just woke up a little bit ago. And there is a breakdown. Always helps. All right, let's see what we can do about getting some higher points since we are going for that crate now. Of course, Norris is out of his mind again. Picked up a couple points there. Yeah, if I had about 150 free boosts for each type, man, I'd just be here all night probably. Wouldn't be worth a dang at work, but I'd be having some fun. All right, so where are we at here? That's P2. Let's go ahead. Track temperature's a little high, so it's kind of a bummer for our tire management. All right, let's go ahead and get those tires changed out. Go ahead and let our power unit build back up a little bit. And we are off and away. And we need to try to go ahead and get caught up with Gasly here. Hit that DRS on the long stretch. And we're doing pretty good. Almost to P5. And then, of course, Gasly passes us, but we pass him back. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be in Series 12 here in about 2 weeks maybe. I'm just at the mercy of boosts, basically. I really don't want to use premium boosts on those duels, but I may have to. Or just or free boost down to about 10 a piece or something. And once again, we're really not going to worry about trying to catch up to Norris. We'll do well with P2, P3. As you notice, really have to look at tire or track temperatures. It was at 84 when we did our pit stop. Now it's back down to 79. So always important to watch that. Alrighty. I'll bump up that sound just a hair. Well, I thought I was. I'll catch up to it here in a minute. Let's see what they had. Lawson and Gasly. Similar setup. Yeah, for Series 11 right now, these two components seem to be the ones that get changed out quite a bit. All right. And that was weird. Did you just notice the 2 crates popping out at one time. I'm not sure what happened, but it looked like 2 crates popped out at the same time. Could be just me. All right, we're at 1490. We could do a coin surge, but I think I want to save those for the weekend, because I don't know. I mean, really, I got like 2 hours before I kind of get ready to go crash for the night. All right. Let's go work on those flags. Hey, if we do good, we'll be in the 1800s. All right. Wow, 1293. I'd cry if I had to go against me. But he may be really, really good. I don't give a lot of stake in those scores as much as last season. See, I mean, he didn't qualify much worse than us. All right, let's see. We're going to use Hex. All the way down here. There we go. We're going to use Hex because that's what we have. Let's go. Yeah, I want to replay that section where it looked like 2 crates popped out at one time. I don't know what that was. I think it was just a delay in the first one coming out for whatever reason. All right, we're kind of a little stationary here, not moving. And look at that dude go with his little DRS thing. All right. That's a little irritating. Hey, welcome to the stream. Glad to see everybody coming in. All right, let's see if we can get some movement up towards the front here. I'm not sure what you're saying, but welcome. All right, we're getting on up towards the front here. Plenty of time, 1 pit stop to go. And we're going to go around one more time. That way we can just do the 1 stop. We're going to wear our tires out to the end. All right, let's go take care of those. So we want 5 and 5. Hot weather track. Let's see here. Alrighty. Well, we're not going to get B2 and 3 this go around, I don't think. But it's all right. We're going to win. Get those points, get those flags, get the coins. Maybe even catch Lawson. That would be cool. Well, then again, maybe we won't catch him. Nah, not unless he runs out here. All right. That's not bad points, though. Oof. I'm glad the race was over before it started lagging like that. 39 points. So let's see what a 12-9-3 team score looks like. Yeah, I'm actually playing through my phone. Well, playing on my phone, but through my computer, mirroring my phone, basically. I use what's it called, Link to Windows, and it'll mirror my phone. So, what series are you in, Matthew, right now? So, what you want to do is look at whatever series you're in. So, let's say you're in series 10. You're in series 2. All right. Let me scroll down there. So, what you want to do for each series, you want to look at these track stats. And so, for Monaco, defending cornering. Well, the cornering is a track, the defending is a driver. And so, you'll just watch this. This is a defending series for right now, at least. So, then you can go over to your drivers. And Series 2 drivers are roughly going to be maybe around here. Yeah, Series 2. So what you want to do is basically grind and get as many of these. Stay low. Don't try to go to Series 3. Don't try to go to Series 4. Um, but build up these levels and by racing, and then you'll just get these cards, and then like for here, this Series 8 driver, and you just have to pay. And the only way you can pay really that's, is through the game coins, the fake money. You can spend money, but I would not spend money on the game, to be honest. The only thing that I would spend money on is the pit pass, and it's like 13 US dollars, I think the tax, and or $12, something like it's $10.99. And then you'll get these crates, and they'll have components and driver cards that you can level up. That answer your question? But yeah, as you progress up through, you'll get better drivers, but you want to level up early and go slow. Take your time with it. My first season, yeah, there's a way to, well, not trade drivers, but when you get max, um, so for this is the current level the signs is in, and I believe it's say 11 9. I think series 8 for epic, and series 11 you max out, and then once you max out, then you get like 1,000 on top of that of these cards. Then you'll open up your asset trading, and you can trade in through the game, but not with other players. So, but yeah, just take your time with that. I'm in like my fifth season maybe, and I started halfway through the season, about where you're at. I'm assuming you just started recently, um, and so I just learned the game, doing exactly what you're doing, asking questions. Greatest way to learn. Watch everybody's videos. You'll learn your own style, and stay low and long until you get up your drivers at least to series or level 7 is my recommendation, and then go to series 3, get those up around uh, level 7 8, and then keep that progression going, and then you'll be competitive. If you go too soon, you're not going to be competitive, and it'll frustrate you, believe me. So um, I went backwards. I've been racing contender, and I went back to junior for one weekend, and last weekend I was challenger, just for some fun because I was getting frustrated at contender. But now that I have my drivers up in series, or excuse me, level 7, 8, 6, that range, I'll be a lot more competitive, and it'll be fun, a lot more fun. This is a real driver. You can tell he's a real player, because you can see the boosts on there. And that's a definite giveaway. They're going to be a real player, which can be painful. Last few seasons it was fun, but this season it's gotten pretty brutal, where it just they just come out of nowhere, and they don't really kind of do what you expect them to do. I guess would be the best way to. All right, and then the DRS. This track is kind of difficult on DRS. A lot will use DRS through here, and others will use DRS here. Now, you can't use DRS until you get it, which is typically Series 6 for sure. You might be able to get it in a crate uh, during Series 5. But the best way to use DRS is coming off the straight or coming off the curve onto the straight, and then using pushing at the same time as you come off the DRS. And I'll show you here in a minute. So we got Ocon coming around. So I'm going to push and then hit the DRS. And then do the same thing with signs. So, well, a lot of them pitted, but still that gives us advantage to get ahead of some of those back markers and everything. And then once I get these pit stops done and get my DRS built back up, I'll show you what it looks like for this little short stretch. Now, very little, some in panic mode try to do DRS right here. And that's just really much shorter than here. Definitely shorter than here. The longer the stretch, the better on DRS. And your second driver's always on this track here will always just fall back, way back. It's absolutely crazy. All right, so I can do the DRS right here. He'll pick up a spot, hopefully, and then pick DRS there. So yeah, we got around the rival over there. Pick up a spot here. Now we got behind the rival again for signs. And a lot of people, I like this view because you kind of see what's going on, but for using strategies and stuff, this is the better view. I just can't see how you can not use this view when you're trying to figure out DRS and that kind of thing. So we're not going to get a lot of points on this one. But if I can get up there around P15, we'll lock in a win for sure. Or we can get Ocon up there around P7 or so. This is a tough little track to race in. All right, last lap. And in theory, I really should have pitted Ocon, but the boost helped get me at least around this side of the track. Now we're out, so we just have to hope for the best that the rival signs doesn't get us, but maybe not. We'll lose some sprint points, but it's okay. Whew, that's a whole lot of points. All right, and that's what he's using here, or they, whoever they are. So their signs is a bit better. That's what they got there set up. So yeah, in the lower series for your drivers, another thing um, is that you you can go more kind of even type driver. Let me see. I was trying to find somebody that was yeah. So this guy Kimmy here, he's kind of got decent race start, decent defending, really good tire management, not so great in overtaking. So you don't want to use him in an overtaking track. You want to use him for like tire management, race start, and then you can uh, use signs for, say, signs was a lower level guy for defending and that kind of thing. So that's how you use those ratings if you weren't aware. All right, let's see. How many points away are we from getting done? All right, 67. Let's see if we can get a P1 crate out of this bad boy here. 1838. There we go. Now we're kind of getting closer to having matchmaking a little bit better. Hopefully, they're not a real player. And then on boost, you want to align your boost up with the track stats and the driver stats. Whatever you're lacking, you want to get those boosts. Um, all right, so we didn't out qualify them. So for this track, tire water is pretty good, but it's like a semi premium boost. So once again, I'm just going to go down and choose Hex, hopefully. There we go. All right, let's see if this is a real player or not. There we go. We got past rival. Now, this is a really good stretch for doing DRS once it's charged up. And if you don't have DRS, you can always push once you get your power built up. This track, for me, is kind of fun using DRS. All right, so let's go ahead and get that DRS cranked up, coming off this turn. Now we got some power unit available. Getting that cushion built. And the next lap, we'll go ahead and do our pit. Unfortunately, my drivers are just different enough where I don't have to worry about double stacking. So you try not to double stack, it will kill a race. So just to make sure I have enough um, spacing, I'm not going to push signs right now. We'll let them get through the pit stop and then go on. So now I got plenty of time to get him in and out of the pits. Ocon, he's gone. Bam. Now we're in. The signs got him serviced. Rival's going to go past, but he's on hard, so he's going to pit after we do. And with us on softs, we'll go around him. And we'll do the push. There we go. And we'll even get further ahead because he's going to be pitting. So no one's going to be really pitting too much this time by. I'm going to hold off. I held off the DRS just to give my tires enough to get back around on this last lap. Power unit's building back up. And we're going to push through the corner, hit that DRS. And there we go. There's another point towards getting that P1 crate, hopefully. Another point. Well, we're kind of going back and forth there. We're back in P5. And we're going to push again. And we'll maintain that P5. P2, P5. And Rival finishes 43 points, a lot better than 19. And we got an extra trophy for fastest lap. All right, that's what they had. Leclerc too, level 2. That's a good one to get. And that's what they had. Very similar. All right. Hopefully, since we're at 146, we got to get 170. Hopefully, this could be the last race to get that crate that we're trying to get. $13.49. Pretty good matchmaking. Anything 50 or less matchmaking between the team scores is good. And another wet race. Yeah, let's just go ahead and we can use an instinct because I haven't used that all night. And hex. And a real player. And they're using premium boost. You gotta be kidding me. I need those points. I don't need a real player and using premium boost. He's just going to be, I'm going to have to work. and save tires and do everything else. See if we can get around the rival here. Nothing else, I'm scaring them to death. Well, he's being difficult to pass. Okay, see if we can have any luck here. Not yet. No, but now we will. Oh, good. 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'm back to where I can do 4-4. Gives us a little bit of insurance on the tires there. I cannot let them get too far back. So my second driver is going to end up being around 23rd, probably coming out of the pits. '22nd, I was close. I knew it was going to take a while for them to come out of there. It always happens that way. See if we can get around some of these back markers now. I think some of them should pit. No, I'm probably going to have to race at least one more race to get that. So I'm not doing a big point race here, unfortunately. How are they getting so far ahead? This is crazy. Oh, I'm going to end up losing this race. Grr. Oh, I was hoping one of them was going to pit. No luck. Uh, that's what I hate about real players with premium boosts. Oh, man. Craziness. I was doing so well. But I see this with real players a lot of times. All of a sudden, they'll do really good on the second stint, and they were doing horrible on the first stint. What changed? I don't know. Especially with a rat race, it's just annoying. Yeah, 17 points is not a way to try to get a sprint crate. A lot of people use gasoline Series 11, but I really don't have him up at that level I need. I don't think I got the cards for it, actually. Yeah, I need a boost, but I'm not going to watch videos right at the moment. Look how close I am. 8 points away. All right, one more race, guys, and then we're going to call it so I can kind of get ready for work tomorrow. 18-19, so hopefully we get a win out of this one and then um, get under or get in the 1700s again. 1361. Penitentiary. Uh, well, I appreciate everybody coming in and supporting my channel. Feel free to reach out, especially during my lives. I'm getting back on a regular schedule again, so I'll be out most every night of the week for about an hour, typically. Except for Wednesdays, I'm probably not. But I will put out my video for my qualifying on Wednesdays. I'll do that in the morning. But my lives will be at night. Uh, and it'll be around between 6 and 7 Central Time, U.S. Central Time. All right. So the key here is just we got to have 6 points, no matter what it takes. All right. So I now know this guy is going to use DRS on this stretch. So I can just plan on doing DRS over here. Get that power unit built up a little bit. So, push coming out and DRS. Same here. So that helped the cause quite a bit, especially since the rival had a pit. That's where having the right drivers and boosts come into play. We're going to try to get Ocon up there, as we know. If we don't get him way up there, then it's kind of a bummer. He'll come out 23rd. All right. See how well this goes. Good, good, good. Worked well. Let's try to keep close contact with Bortoletto. Push, DRS, and not quite. Try to get around the bot. And we know the rival's going to use DRS there, but finally got around that bot. Hopefully he can stay there. Oof, serious lag. All right, let's see. Can we get around him? Maybe, possibly, not quite. See if we can get him on this corner. And he's going to use DRS again. We know that. And we're going to go back and forth. Try and get up there with the rest of the group so they can do for some defending for us, but don't believe that's going to happen. We got a little bit more tires than they do. Can we do it? Yes. Never give up. All right, 34 points. That should give us our crate, hopefully. There's their setup. And there we go. P1 crate for us. Let's see what we got. P1 crate got us $2. Hamilton, Hulkenberg, and Piastri. All right, guys, that will do it for us. Been on a little over an hour, and I got to get ready for work tomorrow. And even more importantly, got to get ready for that GP qualifying. If you missed the first half of the lives tonight, that very first portion does have my thoughts on Singapore GP. And please hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. Take care and good luck on your races this weekend.